Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of Remax Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soule.
And hello there. Welcome to Community Conversations. I have a potpourri of interesting things to talk about today. And so if you aren't interested in the first thing, just hang in there a couple of more minutes because we're going to talk about a lot of different things. One of the first things I want to talk about is my excitement at us being changed in terms of when we broadcast. With the veterans group doing something else to keep their audience appraised, we're going to be moving into their time slot, sort of. I believe we'll be broadcasting Saturday at 4:30 on a different station. So we'll be sending out more information, but it allows more people the opportunity to hear the fabulous guests that we are able to bring, as well as we will be bringing more of our own physicians and dentists, because we're going to steal their lunchtime. So that means a better variety about health subjects for you, and that's definitely what we want to do. Today, though, I have asked some usual Treasure Coast guests because we've had a lot of activity both last week and coming forward, and again, want to make sure that you all know about it. A lot of folks are not reading the newspaper or getting out quite as much, although I see a lot more activity than we have in the past. So we're going to bring some news flashes to you. And again, I hope this is very worthwhile to you. So my first guest today is Colleen Heid. Colleen, how many years have you worked for us?
Long enough. You should know better.
I should know better, but we now have 2 Colleens as well as a Colette. Yes. So my apologies. I don't know where that came
I've been
from.
called a lot of different things, so I answered everything.
Colette, most of you know, started with us helping with communications, but she then quickly found a more intricate niche, and that's in helping our folks with some of their insurance knowledge and choices. So without any more foot and mouth, I turn it over to you.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure that everyone out there knew that the Affordable Care Act open enrollment season will start on Monday, November 1st. So anyone who is in need of health insurance through the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as it's been called, to please contact us at 772-646-6802. That's the phone number for the Affordable Care Act line.
And get a piece of paper because I'll have her repeat it in another 5 minutes.
Okay. But you can also reach me directly at 772-571-1989, and we will be more than happy to get individuals scheduled for the Affordable Care Act for open enrollment. Open enrollment this year runs from November 1st through January 15th of 2022. So if individuals need to get health insurance, a lot of people's health insurance has changed this year. Either they lost their job because of layoffs from work, or they've moved on, or they've moved into the community. They then qualify for an Affordable Care Act open enrollment. I have done a lot of them this year. People who have either lost their insurance or have moved on for whatever reason. We've done a lot of open enrollments this year, and I was amazed at the costs involved for those individuals. I've also had people...
Higher or lower?
Lower. Much lower.
More affordable.
Much more affordable. I've also had people who have now regained employment. And I actually have an individual coming in later this afternoon who has regained employment and is now, we're going to call the Affordable Care Act or healthcare.gov and let them know that their situation has changed because they now will have insurance as of November 1st. So there are a lot of different things going on, but any resource that Treasure Coast can provide concerning the Affordable Care Act is all free. I want to make sure everyone is aware of that. Our services are provided because we are a federally qualified healthcare center, and the feds ask us to help out with the open enrollment and the Affordable Care Act and making sure that we are available to answer questions.
So I have already gotten some pushback from people who didn't think I heard them. that said if they're not charging for that, they must be getting some sort of commission from selling certain plans, like like everybody does, okay,
Absolutely.
in the commercial insurance environment.
We are completely not subsidized by anyone. We do not accept payback from the insurance companies. We are not provided any additional income from anywhere to provide this service. As I said, because we're a federally qualified health center, the feds call on us to be their arms and eyes and ears in the community to assist individuals who are in need of services.
So if it is an online sign up, anyone could do it on their own. So what's the advantage of taking time out of their day, scheduling time with you, and walking through that with someone else?
It's really interesting because the application process has been incredibly streamlined since the very first year that I started it. It was daunting those first couple of years. I will be the first to admit it. It is now much easier to do it online, but people still are afraid to do it. They're afraid to fill out the application. They think they may mess something up, put in the wrong information. And it's for someone who has done as many applications as I have, I can get a person in and out through the application process and actually discuss the insurance choices within about 45 minutes.
So that's the important part. You know, everyone focuses on the cost, but within those program choices, different situations are better filled by different plans.
Absolutely. Because everybody uses health insurance differently. Someone may only go to the doctor twice a year for preventative care, and that's pretty much it. Other people have a lot of different medications that they take. They may have a need for a specialist in their medical treatment. So we look at the individual's use of the medical insurance and then kind of guide them on what's available for them. We do not recommend anything because we need to stay and remain impartial. So I can't recommend one insurance company over the other, but I can at least educate them on what they will get with the individual programs.
Okay. And so one other question that I've gotten recently is, I didn't have a child last year. I do this year. Do I need to do something differently?
Absolutely. Everyone needs to reapply. Everyone needs to reapply during open enrollment. And the reason for that is there may have been a change in income that will qualify them at different levels that will either change their advanced premium tax credit or change them into maybe a higher payment, a lower payment. They can reconcile that on their taxes, but if they wait until the following year to reconcile, now they've either been paying too much for an entire year or too little. So it's very important that everyone requalify. I know there's a question on the Affordable Care Act application that actually says, will you allow the federal government to do this for you for the next 5 years? That's great if there's really not a change in income. But if the income has changed, it's very important that everyone requalify.
So if you're absolutely positive, though, that there's been no change in income or family or location or anything else, will the insurance continue on if they don't reapply?
As long as they have checked yes on that 5-year caveat. If they have not, if they did not give the permission to the healthcare, right, to healthcare.gov to automatically redo it, then their insurance will end on December 31st. Okay. They will be receiving letters from their insurance companies and the Affordable Care Act to that point.
Okay. Is there anything else? Phone number again?
772-646-6408 or 772-571-1989.
Now, this is extending the time much longer than it was in previous years.
Yes,
going
open
over
enrollment,
the holidays.
Correct. Open enrollment starts November 1st and will expire on January 15th.
So do you anticipate any problems with people that might be taking off traditionally between Christmas and New Year's?
Well, if they're not enrolled, if they haven't selected a plan by the 15th of the month of December, they will not be enrolled by January 1st. That is the cutoff. So if someone has not enrolled by December 15th and selected their plan, They will not have insurance on January 1st.
So they can delay the enrollment, but then it won't kick in for them
Yes,
until
they
February.
jeopardize the opportunity to have insurance.
All really good points. I really appreciate you coming in. And we're going to take a short station break here so that some of our sponsors can educate you in other ways. And we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Vicki Soule, CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. Indian River County is one of the top 10 richest counties in Florida. Yet, half of our families are underserved in medical, dental, and behavioral health care. TCCH, a nonprofit, believes in health care for all. Children need well checks, women need mammograms, men need annual physicals. Please consider partnering with TCCH to help meet the needs of our community. 100% of your gifts stay here. To donate, visit tcchinc.org.
Riverside Theater presents Live in the Loop and the Comedy Zone. Live in the Loop Outdoor Grill and Bar offers outdoor dining with live music plus indoor dining with comedy in the Wax Lax this weekend. Strict CDC and state guidelines will be followed, including reduced public capacity and face mask use. Cleanliness and hygiene safety have been reinforced. Enjoy a thrilling evening with live music, uproarious adult stand-up comedy, and dining at Riverside Theater. For details and to obtain tickets, visit riversidetheater.com.
Hello, this is Carol Jean Jordan, your tax collector here in Indian River County. All of our offices are scheduling appointments for in-office services, but you can get that little yellow sticker quicker by using our Express Lane. It's fast, convenient, and free when you pay with an e-check. Renew your registration on our website and select Pick Up at the Tax Collector's Office. Order before 3 p.m. and you can pick up your little yellow sticker on the same day. Order at irctax.com. That's irctax.com.
Don't miss the Sebastian Clam Bake next weekend, known for its high-quality food like linguine with clam sauce, succulent shrimp, clam chowder, steamed clams, and traditional festival food. Plus historical reenactments, a kids zone, and some of the area's best bands, demonstrations, and vendor booths. So take a stroll at the beautiful Riverview Park and enjoy fresh seafood. Admission is free. The Sebastian Clam Bake, next weekend, November 5th, 6th, and 7th at beautiful Riverview Park in Sebastian. Find details online at sebastianclambake.net.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, this is Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health. And I said earlier in the broadcast that very excited that we are going to be changing our broadcast time and station beginning next week. You will be able to hear us on Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon. So no more getting up at 7 a.m. and dialing in. as if a lot of folks are doing that anyways. But I love the listening audience. I get a lot of feedback from folks who tell me what kinds of things that they've heard and what they'd like to hear. So want to make sure that you don't miss a beat. As always, we'll be on Facebook, and we will be adding podcasts. See, I'm not a teenager. It didn't just naturally flow off of my mouth. So I have Dennis Bartholomew here because we just completed our 9th annual Duck Derby.
Ninth annual. And
Quack, 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 quack.
And we have official race ducks with us today. This is an official race duck right here.
It is?
It is. I know. You know, what's so interesting about these little guys is people don't realize how it all happens. And I get that question a lot when we're out in the world. How does the duck race? How big is the duck? Well, this is an official race duck. And what happens is this gets shipped to us from a different race in a different part of the country. And then they go to the sheriff's office, who has been a part of this event for 9 years. And at the sheriff's office, these actually go to the inmates when they arrive.
Trustees.
The good guys. And they get washed and cleaned up, and then a new number gets applied to the very bottom of this that corresponds to the number of your duck when you adopt a duck.
And these are special ducks. They have weighted bottoms. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. That's what keeps them from doing this.
Yeah, ordinary ducks don't stay upright, apparently.
Right. So anyway, that's what happens. The number gets applied to this, and we put the 5,000 ducks in a big crate out on a boat with CETO, who has also been part of this event for 9 years. I mean, without the Sheriff's Office and CETO and Captain Hiram's, this event would be a different kind of event. But
absolutely.
Those
Such
folks,
solid partners for us.
Solid partners over the years, and they do so much to help us. And they're kind of like behind the scenes, and people don't know that they're actually doing things for us, but they're really doing a lot for us, and we really appreciate them. And
normally I would say make sure that you benefit their business, okay?
Yes.
Use their business, but I don't think the Sheriff's Department really wants me to endorse that.
We don't need more people going to the Sheriff's
That's
Office.
That's right, we
now.
don't want that. And CETO actually is like the AAA for boats.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not endorsing that you look for CETO, but if you're in a jam, please use them because they are excellent, and they pretty much cover 3 counties of the Treasure Coast.
They do.
But Captain Hiram's, I have to say, you want to go to Captain Hiram's, please order a crush.
A crush.
We get $1 for each of their crush drinks. It used to be Orange Crush. This year, they outdid themselves. There were 5 or 6 different flavors of great drinks. And
nice.
It continues to benefit Treasure Coast, and we are so grateful for their time and their attention and all of the stuff that the staff does for us. So.
And our great sponsors this year, Dyer Chevrolet, who created a couple of they were our presenting sponsor, but they created a couple of little race ducks.
Yes.
They were like a remote control car. They removed the car, they took the duck to their body shop and put painted flames on it, then mounted it to the remote control wheels, and then at the event we set up a little racetrack for the race duck to race through. And I didn't want to give it away. And I kept saying,
you didn't want to give it up, much less give it away.
I did.
That's because it was Dennis's toy. Let's be real now.
Yeah, but the 4-year-old little boy did not agree with that.
I know. And the kids kept running down the battery, and it's one of those ones you just plug it in and it charges back up. But it was being charged every 8 minutes because kids were running the battery down, running it and so on. But anyway, I did end up raffling it off. And sadly, but Jonathan from Dyer Chevy said, "Don't worry, I'll make you more." So they're going to make us another one next year. We're going to have more stuff for kids next year. And that's one of the things that I've heard from the years we've been doing the Duck Derby is how about some stuff for kids to do? So this year we had one thing. I had planned on 2, but one of them didn't come through. But next year we're going to have 2, 3, 4 things, maybe more, for kids, including kids' shirts. Because I have shirts, and I'm going to hold one up. This is our shirt, if you could see it.
It's like a dress on a 6-year-old.
I have a duck in the race, and all of these wonderful sponsors who are on this thing who have given us amazing gifts. And we still have packages that are running right now until November 15th, auction packages that are running on our website. So if you go to treasurecoastcommunityhealth.org, go to the donate button and click on it. You'll come to a thing that says staycation packages. And on the staycation packages, you'll find, here's the package number 1 is jewelry from John Matthews, valued at $675.
I'm buying all those tickets, by the way.
I know. And
they're only $20 a piece.
Only $20 a piece. And we're selling, there's a minimum of, for this package, it's a $1,000 package. We're only selling 50 tickets at $20 each. Your chances of winning are pretty tremendous.
Yeah, better than the Duck Derby.
Better than the Duck Derby.
1 in 5,000.
And certainly better than a lotto ticket. Yeah. So anyway, we have 6 of these packages with stays at Costa de Este and Spring Hill Suites and tickets to Riverside Theater, 3 different plays at Riverside Theater. Anyway, wonderful packages.
Our sponsors have been so generous this year. I cannot say, again, to our businesses around town, thank you, thank you, thank you. Some of them in the past have said, well, it's only $20. Well, Dennis and his group put together some wonderful packages that I think anyone would be delighted to receive.
Yes.
And like I said, you made them affordable at $20 a piece as opposed to some of the higher priced auctions that others have had.
And we've decided to keep the number of tickets to a kind of a minimum so that you have a really good chance of winning something if you buy one of these tickets. And then we had our decorated ducks, which were a hit as well. And our sponsors, usually that duck would go with one of these gifts, but this year we decided to separate them because the ducks were so cool all by themselves that they became their own items and people were able to bid on those. I mean, Riverside Theater made the Phantom of the Opera into a complete three-dimensional stage.
Yeah.
And it was just, but all of them
the
were
little
gorgeous.
ducks in a row.
Yes.
It was just awesome.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody just really dived in this year, and so did the patrons. And we now the ducks, which normally, when we dump them in the water, are 5,000 little race ducks. They usually race straight to shore. This year, when we first got to Captain Hiram's, there were whitecaps on the river.
Oh, there's a picture.
I thought there's pictures. I thought we were going to get rained out for the day, but fortunately, knock on wood, it never rains on Duck Derby Day.
Knock on
Well,
wood.
it did rain,
Yes.
but it rained early.
Early.
Yeah,
It rained
yes. In
early.
the day.
And it didn't rain after. As I was
Yes.
putting things away, it was raining. But in between, during the race,
God smiled on our ducks.
he sure did.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the ducks didn't quite go straight. They kind of got drifted off to...
They got pushed.
They got pushed a little
They
bit.
got pushed.
But which was okay because we contained them.
South to north.
We had them all into the Vero Beach Lifeguard Association. Eric Tombso was there with his wife to help contain the ducks until we said, let them go.
That's
and
right.
then the cheer went up, the ducks took off, and our winners. We had 3 winners. And one of the winners was a guy who bought his tickets from Colette and I when we were doing a Downtown Friday.
No kidding.
And a very nice man. He came back a couple of times. We talked to him several times. Then he came back and he bought several tickets from us. And he won first prize.
Yes.
Wow.
Captain Clark. And when I called him on the phone, I guess on this week, when I called him to tell him he was the winner, he hoot and hollered on that phone. And he says, "You've got to be pulling my leg." And I'm like, "No." And he says, "No. Are you for real?" And it just went on for a good 3-4 minutes of hooting and hollering.
I know.
He was so excited.
Well,
and right
it is
before
very
Christmas,
exciting.
too. What a wonderful time to win
Yeah.
$1,000, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, because of the generosity of so many people, we had over 32 sponsors, which for us is a world-class record.
Yeah.
And it is through that generosity of giving that the public feels very much engaged. And as a result, we probably netted around $23,000, which,
We did.
you know, that provides a lot of care for our individual folks.
It does.
Okay, at $100 a mammogram, $200 for some dental work. You know, just those little amounts, they all add up. So it takes us a while to spend those back on the individuals, meaning they get better health care. You know, we're trying to get people to understand if you have a large deductible, that's okay. Apply for our sliding fee scale. We'll take the lower of the amount you have to pay, whether it's the deductible or the sliding fee scale. Our Medicare, you were talking about insurances. As a federally qualified health center, we don't have to collect that deductible, that $180 or whatever it is, for the services rendered here. So that's money in the pocket that allows our services to go further, just the whole purpose of the Duck Derby.
Yes.
So
And normally
paying
we
it
have
forward.
paying it forward. And every year we have a focus, and one year it was for kids, and one year it was for women's health, and this year it was just pay it forward. It was for everybody's health care, and it was a success, and we really appreciate I had sponsors who, as I went to see them, that say, go see my neighbor. I talked to them, and they want to sponsor too.
Oh, awesome.
So, how awesome. Yes.
Well, I think it's a credit to our staff who really went out of their way and put in lots and lots of extra hours and efforts to ensure the public safety during this whole COVID thing. So thank you for thanking us. Don't forget us now. We don't want to have another pandemic to show our stuff. and again, as we wrap up here, Dennis, give them your phone number if anybody wants to contact you as our Director of Development.
Yes, 772-571-1985. And you could call me to adopt or to buy one of the packages, or if you would like to make a donation to TCCH, 772-571-1985.
Yeah, we've got some other big projects planned. We're just starting a new vision program using some great equipment that is more than just a screening, looking to create early identification of vision problems. So that equipment unfortunately costs money. So again, we can use your help in that. And I'm getting the signal that our time is up. So thank you, Dennis, for coming and sharing about the Duck Derby, and Colette.
You mean Colleen? Is it Colleen?
No. Don't do that to me. For taking time out of your day as well. And we'll be back next week. Check our Facebook page. You'll get more information about the where and how for you not to miss one single day. Thank you. Good night.